Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to break out something brand new here at GoPowercat, something I am calling On the Line with Fitz. I go through the Big 12 games and make my picks. Now I'm only doing conference only, and as you might know, it started last week with a game between Baylor and Kansas. And while I didn't pick it here for you, I didn't make that pick right here, I did go 1-0. I'm claiming the Baylor win. I'm claiming it because I made the pick on my TV show, The Drive, with the line. I picked the Bears to win. That was a big bear claw. And so I'm 1-0. That's how it goes. I make the rules, but I don't make the lines. We have a very trusted Las Vegas outlet that I will be using consistently throughout the year with my picks. I'm not going to say who they are unless they want to pay me a whole bunch of money. And I don't think they want to do that. Here are this week's in-conference Big 12 games. Let's run them through them right now. Let's get going. Texas Tech +9 at Texas. This is an interesting game because the line initially opened much higher. Texas was a much bigger favorite, which kind of flies in the face of what we've seen from the Longhorns. Just a horrible loss at Arkansas earlier this year. Texas Tech, some people are regarding them as a sleeper in the conference. What do you think? I'm not quite there with Texas Tech, but I think this line settled down into a more comfortable zone for me to make a pick. I probably was going to go with Tech in a double-digit line, but now that it's at 9, I think Texas wins this by 10 or more. But I do think it'll be a good game, and I do think Tech is improved. Let's move on down to Norman now. West Virginia, a 17-point underdog in Norman against an Oklahoma team that hasn't quite shown what you might expect from the Sooners so far this season. This is a tough one for me because Oklahoma should win this by 17 or more. I'm going with West Virginia. West Virginia will cover that. I don't think the Mountaineers will win in Norman. Maybe they will. I'll get the win that way. But I will take West Virginia to cover that -17, and I don't feel good about it. Let's move now to Iowa State, a 7-point favorite at Baylor. This game has not moved one bit. It opened at -7. It's sitting at -7 on Thursday while I tape this. Woo! Iowa State hasn't looked particularly good. Okay, they beat a really bad UNLV team that is out of quarterbacks last week, and they looked better. Maybe it helped their confidence, but Baylor just absolutely thrashed Kansas. Now, if Baylor is the 9th best team in this conference, this is going to be really interesting all year long. I don't think Baylor's the 9th best. I think they're better than that, and I don't think Iowa State's the 2nd best. I'm taking Baylor, and I won't be surprised if Baylor wins outright on the Bears' home field. Should be a great game down in Waco. And finally, the one you all tuned in for, if you're a K-State fan, that is, Kansas State, a 6-point underdog at Oklahoma State. Now, this line was as high as 9 when it opened up, and I thought that was way, way too much for this game, and I still am a little intrigued by the line. Oklahoma State hasn't looked particularly good this year, and while I recognize Kansas State has had its flaws this season, I think K-State covers this. Now, to get my actual pick, my score, and everything I think about the game, you're going to need to subscribe to GoPowercat.com and check out my 5 Keys to Victory. I've been doing it for more than 20 years. I break down everything you need to know that could lead to a K-State victory, and I put my score prediction out there. And make sure you're subscribing to this YouTube channel. Click right there, subscribe, do it right now, and make sure you're following this along all season long. Well, I think it's clear that I'll be 4-0 this week. But again, please use this for entertainment purposes. If you bet any money on this, oh man, what are you doing with your life?